What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. AB, about billions, always balling, always bragging. That Argentina beat my ass. I want to talk about Adrien Broner, AB. First of all, quick disclaimer. Adrien, coming from your other big bro, little bro, whatever you like to be called. Little bro, big bro. Stop talking about Pacquiao. Stop talking about fighting Pacquiao when you're fighting Carlos Molina. It makes no fucking sense. It just doesn't. So stop talking about Pacquiao, please, please. He just said in a recent interview, like obviously prepping for the fight, if there was a way for him to drop out of the Carlos Molina fight and get Pacquiao, he will fight him. He's like, where Pacquiao at? Stop talking to it. Like, it doesn't even sound right for you to be fighting Carlos Molina and you're talking about Pacquiao. You have a lot of doubters based on your last performance against Marcos Maidana. All the shit you talked. Get back to the basics, dude. Go in there, handle business with Carlos Molina, work your way up back in the ladder. And that's it. You know what I mean? But come on, Pacquiao's proven. He's proven his worth. He's proven his resume, what he brings to the table, even against Timothy Bradley. And the difference being, like, Broner is crazy. Bradley, to me, has an insane amount of willpower, that grit, that grind. And Broner showed that, too, in the Marcos Maidana, because he was getting chopped like a tree. He was getting chopped. Maidana was ripping his body and just, it was brutal. So Broner showed a lot of heart. I give him all the credit in the world for that. He did present himself like a true fighter by not giving up. Other people would have been like, I'm out. You know what I mean? After they getting hit like that by a big puncher like Marcos Maidana. So that's one thing. I give props to Broner for that. But Timothy Bradley, to me, is a smarter fighter. He's a fighter not afraid to use his legs. I really feel Adrien Broner's very concerned with trying to showboat, to look cute, be impressive, be on World Star, like, oh yeah, I dry humped this dude, or I started dancing after I knock him out. That's cool, but you better make for damn sure you have the fight under control. So, as far as Pacquiao, I don't see him beating Pacquiao. I already made the video on it. If you want to know why, just go revisit that video that I made. I just don't. So far, what he showed me, he doesn't look like a true welterweight. It doesn't look like his speed and power is as devastating at welterweight. He doesn't let his hands go. He stands in front of his opponent. His shoulder roll is pretty one-dimensional. Like, if you look at Mayweather's shoulder roll, he bends, he twists, he moves, he pivots. He doesn't always just use the shoulder roll. Like, a lot of people have misconceptions about Mayweather. Mayweather doesn't just sit in pocket and do the fucking shoulder roll all night. That's one of the elements of his arsenal. The thing that makes Mayweather a problem is he gives you different looks. Watch how many times he threw that right in the Robert Guerrero fight and how many different angles. That's the whole thing. He'll use legs in one round, and then the next he'll go toe-to-toe. Or he'll go toe-to-toe and then do a hybrid of using lateral movement. It's just so many different looks. Broner doesn't really show that. He tries to walk opponents down. And again, in the smaller weight divisions, you might have been able to do that. Against Gavin Reese, his bald-headed ass, you might have been able to do that. Pacquiao's a different animal. I want to talk about this picture that I posted. And to me, I mean, obviously, Broner moving from 147 to 140, he's going to look smaller and probably more shredded. But he looks like he's in substantially better shape for this Carlos Molina fight than he was in for the Marcos Maidana fight. And don't get me wrong, I'm not making any excuses. I'm not saying he would have beat Chino had he been in better shape. But I really honestly feel Adrien Broner started believing his own hype, and he got in his head that he was bigger or had accomplished more. And this is what Paulie Malignaggi was warning. Paulie Malignaggi said you can't be the king, you can't be crowned the king until you've been anointed. And I think Broner just really bought into his own hype in the media and thought he was better, or he can have a half-ass training camp and still wax a guy like Marcos Maidana, who had problems with Devin Alexander. But anybody knows boxing knows Marcos Maidana. If anything, he comes to fight, he has power, and he has heart. He doesn't just give up. He's not going to just give up. Every time he's been knocked down, and he's been knocked down like Amir Khan, that was a vicious body shot. Most people don't get up from that. So that shows you he's a durable guy. So I don't know why he would overlook somebody, especially when you only have one fight and Marcos Maidana has more than 3 fights at welterweight at the time when he fought Broner. And I don't think why, I can't see why Broner would go in there with the impression that this guy doesn't mean business or I'm just going to easily blow past him. So I think he underestimated him. But it's good to see that it looks like he's in good shape and ready for this fight. He really has to win convincingly. And even if he does win convincingly, he can, to me, this is my personal opinion, Broner can have a first round knockout. I'm still not going to say he's back. Straight the fuck up. And I like Broner. I think he's an exciting fighter. He's entertaining, sometimes childish and clownish, but I like Broner. But I'm being real with you guys, like I do on my channel. This is raw. I give it to you raw, no matter like how I feel. I press record and give it to you. I like Broner, but I mean, beating Carlos Molina doesn't prove. Especially like if you look at Lucas Matisse, John Molina, that was a great fight. That was a potential fight of the year. That's another fighter, especially if Lucas Matisse looks like he looked in the later rounds with John Molina. Like if he comes out like that, that's a difficult fight for Broner at 140. And that's a hell of a fight. I want to see that fight. So, fucking dogs barking and shit. Dogs barking at Broner. That's a hell of a fight. So, I mean, at this point, even like I said, he can knock Carlos Molina smooth the fuck out in round 1. But that doesn't mean he's going to do that to Lucas Matisse. So I don't even know if you can necessarily beat all the styles at 140, let alone the killers at 147 who are bigger, stronger, and hit harder. The guys like Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, he's going to have to do a whole lot more to prove that he's ready to go back up to welterweight. That's my personal opinion. I wish him luck on Saturday. Let me know what you guys think of Adrien Broner. What's next for him? How does this Carlos Molina fight play out? Is it going to be tougher than he's expecting? He basically says he's going to beat his ass. So that's what he said against Maidana. What do you guys think? Adrien Broner, does he look like he's in better shape? Do you think he underestimated Marcos Maidana? Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.